I've been asked to answer the simple question: why is money not flowing into the media industry in Africa? But the first thing I would like to say is that money likes a cool place. Once a place is hot, money flies out. And let's not forget that for a very long time, Africa has been hot. And as such, money has not been flowing in. Fortunately, in the last decade, Africa has become cooler. A lot of countries now have democratic processes. War has reduced. Only very few countries talk of war. And as such, the economy of Africa has been growing very fast. Only China and India can actually boast of having faster growth rates than Africa. Amazingly, the top three sectors that appeal most to foreign investors in the last few years are technology, media, and telecoms. You may wonder, media, how come? Well, in Nigeria, we may not feel the impact, but I can assure you there are other parts of Africa, particularly in Kenya, they have enjoyed some significant foreign investment in the media space. We also have these two questions. Is it traditional media or new media? But the new attraction now, it might be bad news for those of us in the media industry, is agriculture, infrastructure, and real estate. As a matter of fact, the darling of foreign investment in Nigeria now is the retail sector. There's a rise in that, as investors are flocking into the Nigerian retail sector for a simple reason. We have the numbers: population, growth in our economy, and of course, our strong appetite for consumer goods. But the other good news about us in Africa is that we have two things: the population that guarantees some markets, reasonable markets, growth in the middle class, but most importantly, the labor force. But it is important for us to understand why companies will want to invest in Africa or in Nigeria. Companies that are operating in mature economies with low or no growth rates, particularly in America and in Europe, need to find new ways to grow their businesses. So they are flocking into Africa. Companies operating in high growth countries like India and China, they also want to maintain that growth rate. So they are also coming to Africa. There are companies within Africa that are interested in Africa trade and opportunities. And that's why we find so many South African companies also coming to Nigeria. This is also foreign direct investment. But one big question we have to ask: why do companies invest? Why do individuals invest? They are looking for returns. Some are interested in short-term returns, others in long-term. But in most cases, many are interested in short-term returns. Can they get such returns in the media industry in Nigeria? For the traditional media, it's not likely. For the new media, exciting and most probably. And how do media companies make money? If investors are interested in returns, they must also be interested in how the media companies make money. We know what the role of media companies are. They shape our opinion, they shape our values, they inform us, they educate us, and for the marketing organizations, they help them to connect with their customers. But at the end of the day, all this must lead to Naira and Kobo. Otherwise, there will be no sustainability of that business. And for us to appreciate what is happening in terms of money generation, we should look at the changing landscape, changing media landscape, both global and national. For the business people, they might even see it as a form of disruption. So you look at the way the media creates content, the way the media distributes this content to customers, and then the way money is generated. And that has changed considerably. And there's an increasing blend of both human and technology. And technology is actually leading the pace.